disclaimer, if I cough in this video, I'm sick, but I want to talk about, and I just woke up, I want to talk about being able to, the depiction from confidence and cockiness. I had this video in mind for a little while, but I never got the chance to film it. But I think it's important, especially girls and guys, to be able to differentiate between cockiness and confidence, and how that plays into real life and where that's gonna get you. First, I'm going to talk about what is confidence, what that entails, and the overline of confidence. Confidence is something that is very powerful as being a physical thing. It could be a mental thing, mentally confident. But most people depict it as confident in how you appear, how you don't hold your head down. How you don't hold your head down, how you cooperate in the world, how you navigate through life. That's confidence. Then overconfidence is cockiness, and cockiness is you think you're better than everybody, that you don't need to work on anything, you don't have flaws, you depict yourself as perfect and basically a fucking robot. Basically, you depict yourself as a robot because you think everything is fine and normal, and everything is I don't need anything, I don't need help. You give off that cockiness to you, and you can see a person is cocky and how they communicate to you and how they dress. Same thing with confidence. But confidence is more of a transparent thing. You can't really see it, but you could when you communicate, you could depict it. But the difference between these two, people get confused, people get miscommunicated by cockiness and confidence. They will have a seize. Basically, being confident is great. If you're confident in this world, you're doing a good job, because people don't have self-confidence, people don't have confidence in their mentality, people are not sure if they're confident or not, people are not giving enough credit if they're confident. Cockiness, on the other hand, I see that as you just it falls in the area of nonchalant in a way, that you really don't give a shit and you don't really care about what anyone says to you. Nonchalant is something different, but cockiness is a whole different aura. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cockiness, you have a different aura to you that you give off that is not pleasing and it's not good. And I feel if you're cocky and you just don't give a shit that you're cocky and you acknowledge that you're cocky, you're really not gonna you're gonna get somewhere, but not the way that most people want to get in life, if I'm making sense. Meaning that in the workplace, if someone gives you feedback on something, just this is perfect, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, leave me the fuck alone, blah blah blah, what the fuck you doing, being so aggressive and so perfect, I'm doing everything right and you can't stop me type of super villain type of era, whatever the fuck you call that era, but you're a villain basically, and you don't give a fuck if you hurt anybody's feelings, you don't care. And being cocky, yes, it comes from confidence at first, and people telling you a lot of things, people having people pleasing aspects in their life, but being cocky and being oh, I don't need anything to work on is so not human. Because if I'm being for real, if you're overly confident or whatever the case may be, you still need help in some areas, okay? It might not be confidence, but it might be self-esteem, or it might be empathy, or it might be having conversation. People who are cocky, they wouldn't want that type of feedback, you know? The difference between confidence and cocky is, one is more on the lenient side, where you could build up to that confidence level and don't overpass it. And then cockiness is you really pass the line with confidence. Like you over the board, like not giving a fuck. And people have that mentality of cockiness and over doing things, because they like to show off. They like to depict themselves as something that they're not. And in this world and society, that's not gonna push it, you know. Now in this part of the video, I'm gonna just explain a few things and like a few tips and tricks in order to become confident and not cocky, okay? Not crossing the border to cocky. I'm sorry if I haven't gone into details about confidence versus cockiness, but your girl is sick and I can't keep on coughing, pausing and coughing and coming. No, I'm tired, okay? Some tips and tricks when it comes to confidence and how to lead into confidence, because confidence is just one term, but before you get there, there's multiple steps in order to get confident. First, people need to acknowledge what I said in my other video. Acknowledge that you are doing good. Acknowledge that you have a lot to be praised about. Second thing, do not get confidence from somebody else, meaning do not get accolades or awards, because that's going to boost your confidence, but that's going to lead you more into confidence that you need to depend on people. And we don't like people who depend on people. In society, we tend to depend on people. Yes, we could depend on people for, like, for example, like a group project or some shit like that, for example. But depending on people could lead you into stray. What I mean is, like, if, like, I'm not confident in the situation, I would be like, yo, person, put your 2 cents in, like, what you gotta say. And when people have something to say, if it's negative or positive, we would take that as humans as like critical feedback, but sometimes we take that as they're holding my hand like a baby. You know what I mean? Being held like a baby in this society is not gonna cut it, even though if you're like a teenager, to an extent, like if you're 19 and you're being cuddled and all this other shit, that's not gonna get you anywhere, because in real life, we gotta go through experiences, challenges, and our own journey. And no one's really gonna hold our hand for us like that. Yes, we might get, our hand might be held for like different situations, but not all the time, okay? Yes, you could be like, hey girl, like, what do you think about this? Like, how do you feel about it? Yeah, that person could add their 2 cents in, but do not depend on people. Dude, that would fuck you up so bad, okay? Do not depend on anybody. Depend on yourself. Depend on God. Depend on yourself. Depend on God. Depend on the people who care about you. And that's the moral of the story. Don't depend on nobody else in the society, okay? Depend on you, and you'll strive, and you'll do better. You'll do amazing work. That's the second step. The third step is being able to be confident in yourself. This is kind of like self-explanatory. Being confident in yourself, meaning that you are doing things that you love and enjoy, and trying out new hobbies. You know, going to the gym. Gym would make you really confident. Sometimes if people go to the gym a lot, that will make them cocky. Body appearances can make people cocky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're getting a lot of attention from girls or guys, and, you know, that would make them type of like, hey, I'm better than everybody. Like, I'm pretty as fuck. Like, you know, like overdoing it, you know. Don't do that. The fourth and final step, because we're at 10 minutes and I don't want to edit this. The fourth and final step is being able to trust and believe that you're confident and give out that aura. Just do whatever you gotta do in order to be confident. Confidence takes a minute, just like stepping stones, and being able to be confident. And yeah, that's all I got. Bye.